You see, you get to understand how to handle stories of your life when you know that if you don't happen to things, things will begin to happen to you. If you don't happen to things, things will happen to you. If you don't make things happen, things will start happening to you. If you don't have a life, people will give you a life. If you don't have somewhere to go, people will create somewhere to go for you. If you don't have something to do, people will keep you occupied. If you don't know your own story, people will collect the biro from you and start writing whatever they like for you. If you don't have a life, people will remove your life and give you their own. If you don't know where you are going, people will give you the address of where they are going. If you don't have your own destination, you'll be escorting people up and down. If you don't have a story, or if you don't know that you should take charge of your story, some people will just walk into your story and turn it around for you in the way you never planned for. You have to be very smart about this so that people will not hijack the stories of your life and begin to keep you busy. They keep you distracted. I want to ask you, if you are married now, whose story is that? The person you are married to, is that person part of your story, or you are part of that person's story? Your marriage is whose story? Your story or that of your spouse? Who controls what story? Who decides what part of the story? Quarreling and fighting and keeping malice in marriages, whose story is that supposed to be? When you keep malice, whose story is that supposed to be? I think it has gotten to an extent where everybody needs to find ways of taking charge of the stories of their lives. Quarreling is your story, not my own story. You want to quarrel, you are looking for somebody to quarrel. I'm not the one. It is not part of my own story that I should quarrel today. And so you refuse to quarrel. I have a direction I'm going. I'm a paradise aspirant. I want to go to paradise after this life. I don't know your own story, where you want to go to. Why will you now drag me into your own trip into hellfire? Ustaz, shouldn't you take charge of your story? Instead of allowing people, and you know people now, they will bring distraction, they will bring disturbance, they will bring all sorts of things. You will be sitting in your office. Maybe you have not had so many sins written for you from morning till around that time, in the afternoon during break time. Then some people will now come in with their own stories. They come in, they backbite together with you, they talk ill of somebody else behind their back, they lie against somebody else, and they find way of drafting you into that. Is that supposed to be part of your story for that day? All of the sins they want to commit, they bring it to you, and you also buy into it. Beware. Take charge of your story. The story of your life should not be hijacked. The story of your life should not be hijacked. The story of your life should not be hijacked.